What's happening?
Hi.
Hi.
You're famous.
I am.
Is that diatomaceous earth?
It sure is.
Wow.
Do you want to know why I'm carrying it? Because we have a lice problem in our chicken flock. Oh, yay.
Yeah. So we're dealing with that.
Yeah. I forgot I was going to do a whole video about this.
Oh, Bob just sits here.
We could do a video about it now. Yes? So, we discovered a lice problem in our hen house here with one bird who was very listless and was missing a lot of feathers and looked like she was about to croak.
I'm getting itchy.
So we put her down, and we have some other chickens that have lice on them, and if you're checking for lice, you want to check under the wings and on the vent, and you'll see these clumps of eggs at the bottom of the feather shaft. And the way that we're dealing with it is we are dusting all of the birds in diatomaceous earth and sulfur powder, which we're actually waiting on a big batch of that to show up. So we're going to dust the birds individually once a week for the next month, which is a lot of work when you have 65 birds.
But it's an easy way to deal with the problem, and it goes away.
And
naturally.
The diatomaceous earth and the sulfur powder is not toxic. You do want to wear a mask and cover your skin and your hair ideally and your eyes, because it'll irritate your skin and your eyes. The sulfur powder will. But those things are non-toxic, so if you use something like permethrin, or what is the right word? Permethrin, the other form?
Permethrin,
anyway, permethrin. If you use that, you would have a withdrawal time for meat and eggs, which means that you wouldn't be able to eat the meat or the eggs for a specified period of time. We don't want to do any of that. We don't want to give our birds toxic stuff if we can help it. And we don't want to affect the eggs or the meat. So that's why we're using diatomaceous earth and sulfur powder. Sulfur powder is supposed to be very, very effective. And apparently, if one bird rolls in the sulfur powder, somehow it sort of has a residual effect on the birds around her. So if not everybody bathes in the sulfur powder, it's still helpful. So we're also putting... I'm going to clean out all of the chicken houses, spray it down with an insecticidal spray that I make with neem oil, garlic extract, peppermint extract, and oregano extract. I can do another video on exactly how to make that. Spray everything down, and then I'm going to use a garden duster and dust with diatomaceous earth so that you get into all of the cracks in the houses. And I'm going to do that a few times over the next month.
Well, have fun.
Yeah, it should be really fun. This is a really fun problem to have. And what we've learned from this is that we should totally have diatomaceous earth and sulfur powder around the houses and in the dust bathing holes that the birds make all the time.
Yeah, just as preventative maintenance so that you don't have to get this problem.
And maybe even dust the birds, twice a year or something like that.
And it also takes care of mites.
Mites, which is a problem that we've had for a long time.
Yeah.
We've had a feather mite problem for a long time that here gets really bad when it's hot and dry, and the birds start losing some of their feathers. It's clearly irritating. It doesn't seem to be too debilitating to their health at all. Unlike the lice, which will actually suck the blood of the chickens and kill them eventually.
Yeah, so
as it was clearly doing to one of our birds.
Taking care of that.
Oh, and also, I am now, usually when I do my chicken chores, I give everybody water, and then I come around and I give everybody food, and I come around and I get all the eggs. But that means I'm probably transferring lice from one yard to the next. So now I'm doing 1 yard at a time, washing my hands in between to just try to reduce the amount that I'm spreading. And by the way, poultry lice does not affect humans or dogs or cats. We each have our own lice species that like us. So
thank God.
Thank God for that.
Right, Graham?
Right, Graham? Because it would suck otherwise. And we want you to get lice. You want them to eat?
All right, I'm going to go look at the corn.
All right, have fun.
Have fun. So let's go take a look at a couple things we got growing up here before the storms come in. Hopefully it'll rain later today with the monsoon. But it's just been a sprinkling, like 1/10 of an inch. Some of our raspberries. This is our kale garden. I got kale and onions. A lot of different kales, obviously. We got the red Russian, lacinato. Some collard greens back there, Georgia Southern. Some Vate's curly kale. Some big Georgia Southerns. And there is our beautiful painted mountain corn. You can see some of the shafts are completely green while others are red. Now what I did this year was I selected all fancy kernels for this section here that are mottled or speckled. So we'll see how the genetics develop on our, this is about our 5th season, seed saving and this open pollinated corn. This is what a coriander plant or a cilantro looks like when it grows up and flowers. We have them all over the property. They're great for pollinators, obviously also great for coriander. And we plant them in succession, so here you can see some younger coriander they could use right now for detox or on your quesadilla or anything. Put it in your smoothie. Nice little California poppy popping off back there. Some red garnets here, and these have been cross-pollinating for years, and you can see they've cross-pollinated with the native green amaranth, which is right here. This is the native amaranth, and so they're mixing. Kind of cool. I'm getting a little attacked here by ants. Got all kind of summer squash all over the, all of the garden beds, and they're just developing. Remember that our last frost date was just a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So this is another squash bed. And these are our service berries, which are ripe. Hello. You can get a little riper one in there. I totally spaced this service berry tree. It's like a blueberry. Lots of berries on there. Service berry. Huh?
You're like hiding over there.
I'm eating the service berries. I forgot about them. It's like a bland blueberry. These are some native flowers that are escaping me right now. Gaillardia. There they are back there. And these are some patty pan squash, which they grow pretty decent. And they make them little UFO type squash. Got another currant here. Some Mary Washington asparagus, a collard. This is a hibiscus, a zone 5 hibiscus, so we'll see how that does. I'm pretty excited about that, so. Go in here and see what we're gonna find in here. Some lettuces, our columbine. This is about to pop. This is a rudbeckia. And that'll be beautiful. When that opens up, we've got a ton of borage all around the corn. So that's going to bring the pollinators in like amazing. And I'll show you some spinach and how spinach seeds, if you don't know how that works. You want to see? Well, the first thing we can show you here is this is how coriander forms, and it's on a really tiny plant that got stunted. So that's full seeded cilantro, which is now coriander as the seed. But you're going to see that these spinaches in our spinach bed, even though it's hot, you see some of the shard wilting. Some of it's seeding. Now, a lot of times spinach gets these fine tops that don't have seeds. So these are not what the seeds look like. But when you get a plant that puts out really good seeds, it looks just like this. I wonder if you could see those in there. I had a really super nice one.
The nice thing is that when the spinach seeds, it still tastes good.
Yeah, it doesn't get
bitter.
It doesn't get bitter when it bolts. Yeah, here's some really beefy seeds on that. Look at those. And the way spinach seeds is it seeds in a group of like 10 seeds stuck together. So you literally, when it dries, have to break that apart and plant them individually. So a couple of these are seeding really nice, and that'll give us extra spinach. And we got some grains growing out here, it looks like. This is definitely a wheat. And something's eating our chard. This is coming and having supper. But it's hot. This is like the hottest it's been all year. What do you think?
I don't think it's the hottest it's been, but it's up there.
Look at these fatties. Those are nice. Oh, that's a dill out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Mm.
Lots of seeding, so we'll have more dill over here.
Yeah, use it for pickling.
And this is great soil here because this is all chicken compost.
And I added 20 bags.
Yeah, and plus bagged compost.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.